everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Flex. I'm Jeanette Diergaard, your presenter for Flex, and today we are outdoors. We're not in studio, we are not in a gym. We are enjoying fresh air and just a breath of fresh air, and it's not even far away from town. So we are at Farm Windhoek at the IJG Trails in Kleine Cooper, and we will be talking to Francois Dames. So why are we talking to him? Well, he will be running with a 30 kg stump for 10 kilometers at a farm outside of Windhoek, like 165 kilometers outside of Windhoek, for a very great cause. So he will be running to bring more awareness to people that lost families or anything to COVID-19, and just helping people through this trauma is a part of the whole, or that is what he is actually running for, and he will be running with a group of people that will be helping him. So stay tuned for the interview, as he will be telling us why he's doing this crazy thing and how he is coping with it, how his training is going. And after that, we will be talking to Christine Nashenda from Namibia Physiotherapy Society, and she will also just be touching again on long COVID. So on the 8th of September it was World Physiotherapy Day, so she will be telling us what this week's or what this year's World Physiotherapy Day stands for, and how physiotherapists has soldiered through this pandemic, and how they are also frontline workers during the pandemic. So stay tuned for everything that's lined up. I will see you all in the interviews. We are here with Francois Dames. Francois, welcome back to Flex.
Thank you very much.
Can you tell us what this is? Why are you holding this bark or tree bark here?
So this is Stumpy. He's a camel thorn, and I will be running with him on the 18th of September, a 10k trail run, and he is about 30 kilograms.
Okay, and why are you running with Stumpy?
So it's running for a cause. The idea came in a month ago to run for trauma victims and for people that have lost someone due to COVID in this time that we are living right now, and just for me personally, for a nice challenge.
Okay, so 30 Ks, how is your training going?
Training is going quite hectic, to be honest. My body is really fatigued and really tired. Shoulders are being beaten up, but I mean that's what it's about. It's not about being an easy race, or I've never thought about it being easy. And the idea is to make it as difficult as possible. Everyone's been asking why 30 kgs, make it lighter, or why 10 kilometers. The idea is to struggle with the stump, to show people that we will struggle. Next year we will struggle. Years after this year we will struggle, but we need to keep on going forward. So I've got a group of prayer warriors or intercessors in Windhoek praying, and I've got a group of people running with me that are praying as well. And it's not about me, it's not about Stumpy, but it's about the community pulling together and going forward in the times that we are living in right now. And Stumpy was created and is only standing here by a community. So Farm Voortrekker made Stumpy for me, or created him, pulled him out of the bush. Yeah. On Time Courier centered here. And then all the other sponsors, Hammer Nutrition, Langhans, Hawker, Race Pace, Peanut Ninja, True Craft, With Heart Adventures, and then Legacy of Love, the big event day. Looking forward to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Francois, you do a lot of things. You're a man of many hats, but they're also very specific hats.
Yes.
Can you perhaps also just tell us why you're in this fitness journey, why it's important to also challenge yourself on a daily?
For me personally, it's healthy to challenge yourself. It's healthy to get off the couch. It's healthy to not just run a 5k, but to start running 15k's or 20k's, to really put yourself out there. Mm-hmm. It's good for your mind, it's good for your body, it's good for your emotional well-being to see, but I can do something. I have pushed through it. It has been hard, And it's great to just keep physically fit. If it's just walking, it's walking. If it's running, it's running. If it's sprinting, you can sprint. But it's really necessary in the time that we live in right now to stimulate ourselves in a good way outside, or whether it's on a treadmill or wherever you are, just to keep your body fit, to keep the lungs active, and yeah, just to get off the couch. Yeah.
Okay, can you also perhaps just tell us more how this idea formed? Like, why did you decide a 30 kg stump?
So the idea came from a guy that I've got all his books, and I really like the way he trains and stuff. He's overseas, Ross Edgley. Yeah, the idea came from there, and I said 30 kgs, it just came into my mind. And from there I started training with it. I didn't think beforehand, so the first runs were really tough, but from there it was just a mindset change to see, it's going to happen, so I need to be ready.
And obviously this is also a very spiritual journey for
yes,
you.
Definitely.
Can you perhaps just also talk more about that spiritual journey?
While running with Stumpy, I thought it's just going to be a run, or it's just going to be a charity event. But God has really been working with me or in me throughout this challenge, and challenging me. How are you reacting? How are you talking? How are you thinking when the pressure is there, when the pressure gets real, when things are going heavy, when you want to stop, when you want to give up? What are you doing then? How are you reacting then? And it's been a big challenge for me personally in that, to see what my instincts or what my human nature kicks out or throws out there. And the main verse that I'm running for is Romans 8:18, that troublesome times will come, and everything that we go through right now is not compared to the glory that will come in and through us in due time. So that's my biggest thing, is to encourage people, to show them that they are capable of a lot more than they think.
Can you perhaps just show us how you will be carrying this
yes,
and running with
it? I may. Do you want to pick him up first?
Let me try and pick it up and see if I
there
can
we
do
go.
it. Okay, I'm going to go with it this way. Oh my goodness, it's so heavy.
Okay, so
kudos to you, Francois.
So it's really 30 kgs. So I will be carrying it unassisted. Yes. So it will be my arms that will be holding it to my body. So I will be running either with it like this, or over the back like this, and switching it back to the other shoulder like this. So this will be the way of movement on that Saturday. Yeah.
Do you also see this, like, because I mean, when I heard about the stump and knowing you as a spiritual person, I also thought about Jesus and when he carried his cross,
his weight. Yes.
Do you also see it in that kind of sense?
Not that much, but I think in trying to be the carrier, or trying to be a role model in today's life, for all the kids that I work with, all the people that I minister to or work with, especially to show them that we are capable of a lot more, and if we change our mindsets and put our mindsets to something, we can finish it, we can work with it or go through it. And the best for me is everything that is happening through Stumpy or through me running, is everything is pulled together by a community. So it's an entire community that has pulled together and said, yes, we will support you. Some running with me, so I've got runners that are running with me and praying. It will be their first 10 kilometers also ever for
without
them, without the 30 kgs. So I'll be supporting them as well while running with the stump. Yeah. So it's really a thing of pushing through and seeing, but I am capable of getting to the other side. I am capable of getting through my trauma. I am capable of getting through the difficult times, or whatever is in my mind or in my heart, emotionally or physically, or spiritually. I can put it down and I can trust God for finishing this race. So that's my main aim, is just trusting God to take me through the race without any injuries or without giving up, and just getting to the other side.
Great, thank you so much, Francois. I can't wait to see you at the finish line with being victorious.
Yes, thank you, Thank you.
And welcome back. I am with Christina Shenda. She is the chairperson of the Physiotherapy Society of Namibia. Yes. Christine, welcome to the studio. How are you?
I'm well. Thanks for having us
It
on the
is
show.
my biggest pleasure. So we're talking about World Physiotherapy Day and long COVID, but me and you, we're going to talk about the work of physiotherapists. Can you just briefly tell us what physiotherapist does?
Okay. In the context of Namibia, we are first-line practitioners, which means we can see patients from the street. We don't really need a referral from the medical doctor.
Okay.
We're allowed to do that because we train to assess, to evaluate, and make a diagnosis, and then manage the patient, mostly conservatively. Conservatively means with minimal, from our side, the medicine intervention.
Okay.
So we always try and get the patient to take responsibility for their
own health.
for their own health.
Yes. Okay. And going back to what the Physiotherapy Society does in Namibia, can you also perhaps just tell us what the work is that you guys do?
Okay. The Namibian Society of Physiotherapy represents all the physiotherapists that are registered with the Allied Health Profession Council of Namibia. We at the moment we're only 124, catering for a population of 2.3 million. So from that number you can deduct that there's a huge shortage of physiotherapists locally. This was more amplified, especially during the pandemic, because we actually play a very important role in the management of COVID-19.
Yeah. So you say that during COVID-19, what was your role exactly? I know that you guys, you manage COVID-19, but what is it exactly that you did? How did you help patients recovering from COVID?
We are involved at all stages of COVID-19. There are 3 stages, which is acute COVID. That's normally the first 4 weeks after the initial onset of symptoms. What we mostly do, we focus on restoring function and movement caused by the illness. So in the acute setup, especially in the hospitals, we involve in the ICUs. We look at working on the respiratory system or the breathing system. And then we also found that the earlier the patient starts mobilizing, that is now doing sitting to standing, the faster the recovery in some cases. So after the acute stage, you get the ongoing COVID stage, which is normally after 4 to 10 weeks. And then with the progression of the pandemic, we found that patients still present with signs and symptoms consistent to COVID-19, which is lasting longer than 12 weeks. So that is where the rehabilitation phase comes in, because a lot of patients then still present with persistent shortness of breath or breathing problems, severe fatigue, headaches, sleeping problems, anxiety and depression. So when they go through the rehabilitation, we try and restore and minimize the effect that these symptoms have on their life. And then we try to reintegrate them to go back to their normal working life or family life, their normal activities they used to do before the onset. And then also we help them to live within if there is disability or long-term, for instance, organ damage, like the lungs are damaged, to try and live an optimal life despite the disabilities that they as a result of COVID-19.
Yeah. Okay. So besides the fact that we are experiencing a shortage of physiotherapists in Namibia, what are the other importance of celebrating World Physiotherapy Day?
Okay, the day was set aside by World Physiotherapy, and it's normally takes place on the 8th of September every year.
Yes.
So this is the day that all physiotherapists that we have to focus on the role of a physiotherapist in our communities.
Yeah.
And it's also, especially from the society side, a day that we can advocate for physiotherapy, trying to draw attention to the needs and the challenges that we face on a daily basis as physiotherapists. So in the Namibian context, we want to bring attention to the shortage of physiotherapists. We want to encourage more of the youth to study towards this degree. The University of Namibia started a program 4 years ago, so they have the first graduates. So before, part of the shortage was driven because most of the physiotherapists had to study outside the borders. So now that we have a local program, I would encourage more youngsters
Yes,
to join the profession. Yes. And secondly, we would like to bring our stakeholders, especially during the progression of the disease. They did not know the potential benefits that physiotherapy can bring to the management of COVID-19 patients. So we wanted to just highlight the fact that physiotherapists do play a crucial role in the management, especially in initial stages of the disease.
Yeah, and especially the long COVID period
And then,
as well.
yes, it's a rehabilitation. Because we found only now, after the onset of, or when the symptoms persist, that's when most of the patients get referred now. Yes.
So I also just want to highlight again what you said, that this patient can go to a physiotherapist without a prescription.
Yes.
Yes, so it's just not
Most
for
cases.
COVID, but for everything
Generally,
else.
yes.
Generally, yes. Because I was under the impression that you first have to get a referral from the doctor.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are recognized as first-line practitioners.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Christine. It was very insightful, and we hope to see you again.
Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah. Was that the truck?
Hey everybody, and welcome to Flex, the show where we flex our muscles and our minds. I'm Jeanette Diergaard, your presenter for Flex. Catch me Mondays to Thursdays at 6:30 a.m. where we flex our muscles, and on Fridays at 5:30 p.m. where we will be flexing our minds. We will be talking to wellness experts and fitness experts as they share their story and ways to keep you fit. We will also share your story on fitness and on wellness and, of course, beauty. So if you like flexing your God-given muscles, then join me on Flex as we flex it away. So that brings us to the end of this episode. Well, I'm going to sit here and enjoy the nature and never go back again to town. I hope you all had a great time with me and Francois, and that you're also inspired to take on a few challenges. I know you don't have to start with running a 30 kg or running with a 30 kg stump for 10 kilometers. So get something that challenges you. I'm challenging you to challenge yourself and just be better and greater than you were before. So we will be covering the event as well on the 28th of September, so please do stay tuned and on all the Facebook pages of Namibia Media Holdings, and we will be sharing Francois' journey. So thank you all for joining us today. I will see you next time.